How fast will you become fluent in English? Let's talk about this question because I have received so many questions from my students. Ma'am, how can I become fluent in English in a rapid way? So I thought I should answer this question for all my students and for you also, in case you have ever wondered how long it will take to become fluent in English. But before going deeper to the topic, I can answer and I want to ask you a couple of questions, because for each person it's going to be a little different. My first question is, how much time do you spend with English language? Do you spend 5 minutes a day? Do you learn a podcast and do you listen a podcast for 2 hours or 3 hours a day? Once a week or twice a week, do you talk with someone online or on the Skype? Do you think, let's start with this idea, and do you think a student who spend 15 minutes a day with English language and use English material is the same with those students who use the same material of English language but they spend 2 hours a day? Probably not, because those students who spend only 15 minutes a day will take a little bit longer time, because they are not devoting as much time as is required to become fluent in English. I know that time is limited in our lives. You may be busy with your family, with your friend, and you want to relax. Maybe you want to sleep, maybe you want to eat. So what is the best solution? How can you spend time with your limited time to be able to become fluent in English? I have talked a lot about this topic in my previous video, and my main recommendation is that make your word English. Yes, making your device, your computer, your phone in English. Read books in English instead of your native language. Read and go to the websites that are in English instead of your native language. In this way, you are making your word English and you are doing your daily habits, but you are integrating English into your daily life, and this will help you to save your time and to utilize your limited amount of time and be able to become fluent in English as fast as possible. My second question is, what are you using to learn English language? Are you using your high school textbook? Oh, then it's going to take a longer time to become fluent in English. And maybe it is possible you are not going to be fluent in English because you are only using your high school textbook. Then, if you are using the real English material, if you are reading the real articles, and if you are talking with someone, even other English learners, online community, if you are using the real English in the real way, then you are going to become fluent fast. First of all, spend as much time as possible with English language. Second, use the natural and the real English to imitate the native speaker. And it is very much advisable to talk with someone to gain confidence in speaking. It's the urgent need of the hour, because you have to combine these two ideas. And unfortunately, there's no magic number. 3 days, 3 hours to spend with English, or 4 months. In 4 months, you are going to be fluent in English. Unfortunately, it is not going to happen. Even if there is no magic number, I highly recommend you combine these two ideas. Realize that time is valuable, time is very important, and make sure what are you using to learn English language. What material are you using? You should use the same material as the native speakers use. to become fluent in English. Now my third and the final question is, what is the definition of fluency for you? Because it's very much important to define a goal for what you are searching for. Goal should be defined first, and the definition of fluency is different from person to person. It varies from person to person. If for you the definition of fluency is to speak with native speaker comfortably and without much hesitation, then what you need to focus on, and you make sure that you should spend time on speaking, and it should be spent on gaining confidence. Dear audience, I have a lot of videos on my channel Gul Knowledge Hub, where I have talked about a lot of ideas to gain confidence and how you can gain confidence, you can conquer this confidence. You can help and you can take help from those videos. And there is no magic number. Even though there is no magic number, there is no magic time, there is no magic definition of fluency. If you combine these questions, if you can answer these three questions: number one, how much time do you devote to study English language? What material are you using to learn English language? What is the definition of fluency to you? And when will you reach your goal? If you can answer only these three questions, you will take less time and you will be able to learn English as fast as possible. So if you like my ideas and if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon, because it motivates me to make more videos. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.